Hey everybody, it's the interview queen, Alicia Atout here, and it is my absolute pleasure to welcome you all to my interview with Carlito. Hello.
Hello, how you doing? How are you guys
I'm
doing?
I'm doing well. How are you doing over there?
I'm doing wonderful. I'm trying to figure out this camera and the technology and all the angles, but it's this is I don't know, this is complicated. This is a whole new world for me.
And we were trying to go from upright to horizontal, but you know what? You're here. That's what matters. I'm ready to have a good time. So,
As long as my face isn't too big, I mean, we should be all right.
right, right. Well, how has 2021 been? Has it been off to a good start for you over there?
It's kind of so far been a continuation of 2020. I don't think I think people thought just because the year changed that everything else would change.
Right.
But it hasn't been horrible for me. I've actually enjoyed being able to be at home more, not on the road and not traveling. So that's one good thing. But everything else, I don't know. I just think of it as a timeout right now before the world starts up again.
Right. I mean, the pandemic has really given us a lot of downtime to take it easy because we're not allowed to travel, half of us. So, how has some of that rare downtime been spent? Because you were so used to being on the road, on the move so frequently.
How's it been spent? I wish I could say productively. What have I been doing? I don't know, just laying low. I haven't really been doing much. I've been watching webinars. That's one productive thing I've done. I've gotten back into reading. What else have I done? Other than that, I've been playing my 2K, my NBA 2K, and catching up on all these shows I never got a chance to watch before. Like because there was too much. Sometimes you're just too way behind to be like. I think like I started with Sopranos, which is like 6 seasons.
Oh, yeah.
So sometimes if it's past like 2 or 3 seasons, that's too much time. But now I've been able to watch. Yeah, I'm almost finished with Sopranos actually after all these years.
Okay. That's one that I actually still have to get onto, but you're right. We have all the time in the world. Was that one of the better ones you actually watched, or is there one over the last few months where you're like, man, this takes the cake as far as shows go?
I don't know. There's been so many. I've watched so many shows that I don't know. There's been a lot of good stuff. You know, what I mean, it seems like TV's been better than movies lately.
Very true. Well, something that was really cool is when I actually saw your follow back come through, and I was like, oh, this is so cool. So, of course, I hit you up for the interview. I'm very grateful you said yes. But it's interesting because your booking email is actually available just right in your bio. And you say how people can, of course, send serious inquiries your way, but you also accept very, very funny ones. So, do you end up getting some super weird emails?
Not really. No, nobody's really sent me any. Actually, let me not say that because then I'll entice people to do that. For the majority, no. I got one, but it was a what do you call it? An inappropriate one. So
Uh,
this isn't fun. Okay, well that's a little too much, but yeah. And like I said, in this business, you see all kinds of stuff.
yeah, definitely. Always say that DMs are a scary place to go. So, the fact that they crossed that line and just did it straight to a booking email.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, the DM. That's another. I just discovered like Instagram not too long ago, and
Yeah.
the stuff you got, especially from other guys, it's they're. I feel sorry for you ladies because if these are the messages I'm getting, I could only imagine what you girls are getting.
Well, it's fascinating because a lot of my guy friends will say that they don't really get a lot of messages from women. It's always from males, and the stuff that comes through, it's a lot. So yeah, I feel like everyone gets it. It's a lot to deal with, though. It's a lot to see, a lot you don't want to see.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. There's a lot. Yeah, exactly.
Well, of course, you come from such a great, great wrestling family, and you actually debuted in your father's promotion. Wrestling was in your life since you were a kid, but you didn't start wrestling until you were actually about 19 years old. So, did your dad originally want you to follow in those footsteps, or did you always kind of feel when you were younger he was a little apprehensive about all of that?
At this point, I don't know. It seems like all my jobs revolved around wrestling. I started off in the canteen, where I'd sell sodas and these things we call empanadillas, which are like these, I guess, like these breaded, what do you call it? Things full of like pizza, cheese,
Oh,
or
like what?
um, yeah, yeah. They like, I'm sure I don't know. You can say how you call them in English, but I don't know they're pretty popular
Okay.
in Puerto Rico. And then I just went to I was beer hawker. I go around selling beer around the building. Then I became, I believe, I used to put up the ring for a while. I was part of the ring crew. Then I became a cameraman, and then from there I just evolved into eventually just it was inevitable that I just had to turn up in the ring somehow.
Right. So it's almost like everyone around you, including family, were just waiting for the day you would step foot on the mat, but they knew it was coming. There wasn't much to prep for at that point.
I guess for me, like they asked like, what would you have done if you weren't a wrestler today? I don't even know. It seems like I was groomed to become a wrestler. Same as my brother.
Definitely. Well, one of the things I always used to look forward to all the time when watching you in the ring was obviously the apples. And I know you get asked about them all of the time, but one thing I wanted to ask that I haven't seen thrown your way yet, I mean, you've said it before, you've probably spit thousands of apples in opponents' faces throughout your career. So who's the one person you would love to spit that at in the face right now?
That's a good question. I don't know. I'm very zen these last couple of years. I will wish everyone well. Like I said, at this point, like whoever they pay me to spit on, I'll spit on. But like I said, I'll try to not hate anybody or have those type of thoughts. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure if I thought about it, there'd probably be plenty of people. But like I said, I don't really have anybody in mind right now, which is good. So I feel like I'm in a good place then.
Definitely. At this point, when you see something like that, like something as simple as an apple, it's funny how it resonates with people. So when you see it on a day-to-day basis, does it kind of just bring back memories, or you're like, oh man, that thing again?
No, just when I'm out and about, and it's always weird to me. People, I get asked that a lot for me to spit an apple in their face. I was like,
Really?
why? Yeah, like why would you want that? From anybody? You know what I mean? Like I get if somebody's gimmick, but I wouldn't think, I wouldn't want. That was somebody else, so I don't know, some celebrity or something. That's the thing they do is that I don't want anybody spitting apple out. Why would you? You know what I mean? They offer to. It makes no sense to me.
No, I mean, I've seen wrestlers at parties I've hosted and stuff chopping people and that kind of stuff, but I mean, a chop's different than actual spit covering your face. So that's an interesting one. I've not come across that one yet.
Yeah, the whole thing. So yeah, I get asked to. I don't want to chop anybody either. I just like I said, man, I'm very zen these days.
Right. One of the things people associate with you, it kind of goes hand in hand, is the huge and awesome hair. All the way back in 2008, you actually shared in an interview how the fro was difficult to maintain. So you were not sure if you were going to keep it or not, but clearly it stood the test of time. So a little behind the scenes here, is that actually a lot to take care of, or for now you're just so used to it?
No, it actually is. During the pandemic, I should have had time seek knowledge on how to from the ladies, because they know about this more than us guys do, on how to especially my hair. It's a pattern. I'm supposed to I don't have a mid-level something that's levels to hair, whatever. So I need to I think I ended up going to the drugstore and I bought like 5 different things between shampoo and conditioners and then hair masks. But I didn't know about those. The leave-in treatment, deep moisturizers, I don't know, all kinds of. And then, I don't have it around me now, but I have to, when I go to sleep, I have to put one of these caps on.
Yep, I've seen those.
Yeah, one of those things. I have to sleep with one of those now from now on.
Okay. Have you noticed these things helping? You have like a whole hair routine going on.
I have whole hair. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And wash my hair. I thought it was like showering. You got to do it almost every day, but apparently you hair like mine. I think you guys, right? All you ladies, you shampoo maybe once a week or twice a week at most?
Usually it's every couple of days. So I'd say like 2-3 times a week, because you're supposed to let those natural oils just soak in there, but not walk around like a grease ball. It's a fine line.
Yeah, I heard. I thought you're supposed to. I don't know. I thought like washing your hair was like cleaning your body. You have to do it every day or almost every day. But apparently there's different rules for hair.
Right. It's going to be a whole new you once you figure this whole thing out.
We'll see. We'll see how long. But it's
Well, it's always fun when wrestlers take avenues and break into different roles. And you've done that in acting, as we've not only seen you in Glow, but also Medical Police on Netflix. So how much do you just love acting? And especially the fact that you don't have to take bumps while doing your job.
Well, actually, I do have to take bumps, which is, it's actually, I don't know if it's worse, but when you're in the ring, you do it one time. It's one take. With acting, it's okay. I used to like, I'll take a bump, whatever. Okay, let's do it again. Now we got to shoot from this angle. Now we got to shoot from that angle. I didn't like it. Let's do it again. So you end up taking, doing like these stunt scenes about, I don't know, 15, 20 times sometimes from different angles, different takes. But it's definitely fun. It's something different. And what I like about it is, being in wrestling for so many years, I've now become the veteran. when you go into the acting world, I feel like I'm a rookie again. You know, I'm starting from the bottom. So I feel like I'm paying my dues all over again. So it's kind of humbling, and it's kind of, you know, it kind of, I don't kind of, you know, just gives me a new view and a way to get my soul excited about something.
No, that is super exciting. And coming with that, I mean, just a part of the territory with being in the spotlight is the fact that you are going to have a lot of fans supporting you and then a lot of trolls on the other end. So over the years, what would you say is one of the weirdest or most bizarre things you have read about yourself online or heard about yourself?
What have I read about myself? I can't remember now. It was so long. I remember during my last WWE days, they said all kinds of stuff that was going on. It's funny. It's like you know, or even recently when the Legends Night thing.
Yeah.
They were saying all these things. I was like, wait a minute, like I didn't even talk to anybody. Like, why? Where did they get this information? Like, it comes from credible sources or whatever. Well, all right, you know, but
yeah.
It's just.
It's like, what's your definition of credible?
I don't know. Like I'm saying, it's just funny to me how all of a sudden these, you know, all these rumors get. Now I know how they get started, and you know how they can totally be false.
Right. You see it happening more and more too, just more. I mean, obviously the internet's at an all-time high right now, but since that was implemented, it's just off the charts.
Well,
and
yeah.
Some of it, sorry, go
and
ahead.
now that's to do. So, you know, it's gonna be worse. But, you know, it is what it is, and you know, you just kind of roll with the punches.
Definitely. Well, the last thing I wanted to ask you about is the fact that on my show, I not only interview wrestlers like yourself, but also musicians. So if you could have had any musician or artist write some entrance music for you, who would you have loved to see do so?
That's a good question. My entrance music, I'd probably go with my buddy Daddy Yankee, just because I've known him for, geez, I don't know how many years now, and I saw him not too long ago, and you know, I think it'd be cool to have that, you know, him do my. I think it'd be big for the people of Puerto Rico. They'd enjoy that most of all. So that's what I think would be a good idea.
I love that. Well, I really do want to say thank you so much for taking the time, for hopping on here. I remember watching you and just loving every match you had. So it's really cool to have you on my show. So thank you a ton.
Well, thank you. I appreciate you for inviting me on your show.
Of course. To everyone watching, this has been the awesome Carlito. Be sure to check out AliciaAtout.com for more exclusive interviews and features. And we will see you all next time. Bye, everybody.